way up toward the front. That's where the children's sizes are. Now the good news about all those life jackets sitting up there is the fact that we have never had to use them. In all the years that we've been operating these boats, not one time have we had to pull those things out and actually use them. So that's a good record. Let's see if we can keep that one going today. Now guys, if someone starts to not feel well today, just all that you got to do is say something to me. At that point, we're going to turn right back around, get you right back home, get you taken care of. So say the word. Now guys, this glass you're going to be looking through today, this is just regular old tempered glass. Nothing fancy about it at all. That glass is about a ½ inch thick. It is not magnified, and it can crack and break. It's happened before, so be careful not to drop anything heavy on it. Now guys, if you want to take a picture through that glass, it works perfect. But do yourself a favor if you do, make sure your flash is off. Okay? If you don't turn your flash off, you're gonna go home with a really good picture of yourself. Now this grass that you see going underneath the boat, that is called eel grass. Manatees love that stuff. That's their staple food. They eat about 100 pounds of that a day.
There's a bunch of crap on it. That's what happens. Eat 100 pounds of crap on it.
Alright, now guys, we're coming up on our very first spring of the day. This first spring is called Spring of the Stars. And it gets its name kind of in honor of all the movie stars that have made movies here over the years. Now the very first movie that was ever made here in Silver Springs was made in 1916. And that movie was a silent movie. Give you an idea how long ago that was. Now guys, if you look below, you'll see the bottom has started to turn to white limestone. In the middle of that white limestone, you'll notice a little flat gray rock. That little gray rock is the entrance to the spring. The wind's blowing me off here, Bill. Okay, there we go. That little flat gray rock up there, believe it or not, that is 26 feet deep. Now guys, on the whole scheme of things, this is the smallest spring you're going to see today, by far. I got way bigger to show you before we're done, but still a spring, just happens to be first on the list. This is Spring of the Stars, guys. Now this next spring I want to show you, this one is called Creature Spring. It gets its name because of a movie that was made here many years ago. The name of that one was, you're right, Creature from the Black Lagoon. How many of you guys have actually seen that movie? How many we got?
Not me.
You're talking about 3 of us? That's it?
Not
Really?
me.
Not you?
No.
Why not?
Because not me.
Because not you?
No.
Okay, well, I guess you don't care about this one then, do you?
Oh, no. I don't care. This is my happened.
Anyway, if you look below the boat, that's about 33 feet deep.
Oh my God.
That's where the Creature made his debut in 1950.
You see my teeth?
Is that catfish again?
How big is this one?
30.
Those look like that big. Look at Fitzy. That's huge.
Sunglasses.
That's huge.
What's on shot?
Somebody tried and failed.
What shark? Some Monaco wood.
Now I'm going to show you another spring way back in the back of this little cove here. But while we're going back there, guys, don't forget to look outside the boat too. Sometimes, you know, you'll see all kinds of stuff along the edges here. You might see some birds or some alligators or turtles.
Ooh, alligators. What's alligator?
Now this next spring, guys, is called the Florida Snowstorm. And it gets its name, well, I'm not even going to tell you why, because you're going to see why here in a minute. If you look under the boat here, just a couple seconds, you're going to notice all these little white flakes coming out of the spring. It almost gives the illusion of a little snowstorm going on in there. Now what those little white flakes actually are little pieces of limestone coming out of the aquifer. That little spring right there is about 28 feet deep. But that's the closest thing you're going to see to snow around here.
So far.
Yeah,
It's so
I
good.
hope not.
It's so good.
What's that?
It's so good.
What's the water temperature, sir, coming out of these springs?
And all of them, there's a constant temperature of 72 degrees all year long. Does not move from that.
Right now, we're down there than it is over here. It's colder than the Gulf of Mexico.
Actually, this time of year, that feels pretty cold. Actually.
It feels great.
But it does feel good, doesn't it? And in the winter time, it feels pretty nice and warm, actually. Right now, that would feel good. Now, guys, as we go down the river, if you do have any more questions, feel free to ask away. I'll do the best I can to answer any questions you have. So don't be shy if you have a question. Say what?
Keep your eyes clear. You might see a monkey.
You guys not only picked a hot day, you picked a hot day to get inside of a tin can. We work on the what? That's what you do? Oh, cool. We've got one lone turtle over here, guys, right there, sitting on that log. That's called a slider turtle. Apparently doesn't have a lot of friends. Now guys, when we get up here around the corner, what I would like you to start doing at this point, once we get into this cove, is kind of keep your eyes open for alligators. Now I'm not saying we're going to see one because they've been a little elusive today, but here's how to look for them. You want to be looking for them along the edges of the river. That's where they like being most of the time. Now sometimes you'll see one out swimming across the river, but not as often. So, keep your eyes open and peeled. Sometimes they're very difficult to find, but if you happen to see one, say something and we'll get a little closer. See what we can find.
There's one over there when I walked over to him here. She found out. They wore that thing every morning. That thing goes off when the 13 days.
I don't see a thing right now. It's quiet. But while we're looking for that, I want to tell you a little bit about the next spring, because now we're getting into considerably bigger springs. This next spring is what we call a magnitude 1 spring. It gets that category because of the amount of water that's coming out of this spring. This spring I'm about to show you produces 250 million gallons of water every day. And this, again, is not the biggest spring I'm going to show you. That's coming up last. In fact, this isn't even close. This spring is going to be in 29 feet of water, and we call this one the Blue Grotto. why do we get this beautiful blue look in the water?
He's doing something.
We get it because all of this water coming out of these springs is 99.8% pure fresh water. In other words, guys, it does not get much cleaner than that.
So I bet it would just take a drink of the
Every shell stick goes to the stream now.
Don't those look like jellyfish?
Now, if you look over here on the right, you'll see another couple turtles sitting over there. They're right on the edge there, right in that little marshy stuff. Again, those are a couple slider turtles. Sometimes we'll see gators up in there too, but I'm just not seeing them here lately.
Too hot.
Good day.
Do you know what the birds are? The black birds that hold their wings out and dive under the water?
Yeah, what about them?
What are they?
Those are called anhingas. That's spelled A-N-H-I-N-G-A. Now, the reason what they're holding their wings out is because they're simply trying to dry out. They're water birds. They love to go fishing underwater.
I just saw this.
And what they'll do is they'll dive down and spear the fish with their long bill. They're really fun. Have you ever seen them do it? Cool to watch. We see one, I'll point them out over here. Now we have two birds that like to hunt the fish underwater out here. Anhinga is one of them, and then we also have a bird called a kumara that does the same thing. I'm going to get it back into this coat because I want to show you something here. In just a few seconds, we're going to go over a big tree. Now, this tree it's an old cypress tree, and it's been underwater here for well over 100 years. Now, I didn't bring in here to show you a dead tree. What I'm going to show you is what's underneath the tree. It should start coming into view here in a couple seconds. Tell me what that is when you see it.
It's the ship.
It looks like a boat.
Can you tell yet?
Yes, a canoe.
Yeah.
You see that little boat down there?
Yeah,
Yes.
little boat.
Now that little boat is one of the very first glass bottom rowboats that used to go up and down this river back in the early 1900s.
That's a lot.
And the only thing I can tell you about that is, boy, am I glad we're not rowing up and down this river anymore.
Don't forget for like a half minute or an hour.
Lower there, maybe, and then up here, we can almost see where it might be framed around it. So, there might have been glass right here in the front,
Now, if you look out the front door, you'll see a bunch more turtles over there on that log. Got little ones, got big ones. Heck, we got so many turtles on that log, that's what we call a shell station, guys. They don't get any better, so.
trees in the water over 100 years. That's all it's broken down.
Here's another Anhinga. Here's a good example of an Anhinga right here on the right. That's a female Anhinga. And again, she's just trying to dry herself out. She's been in the water hunting. Now the reason I know that's a female, if you look at her neck area, it's kind of a light brown color. That's the female. The males are completely black.
There used to be a water park here. Back in wild rabbits or whatever.
Bunch of our turtles over here on this little log on the right. And we have some baby turtles as well. At least there was one there. They might have hopped
I don't know how it works for a lot of business when it stays warm like that.
There is one on top there. A couple of them. There's one right by Mama too.
It's kind of like the old, remember Little Land up there in Memphis, you know, a wooden thing on, kind of like one they just let it go. State took it over, the state shut it down.
I can't remember who it was. Somebody bought this roller coaster through the land and paid.
See what happens with the bubbles because your body's under it? And when it's stiff, you don't get that. And that's nice and thin. And that's a drag. That's what that is.
That's a good example of a female Anhinga right over there on the right.
This thing still records even though if she goes away. It's still recorded.
What's that? No, you are not. These waters are protected.